Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Twisted Stitcher podcast. Today is Monday, September 15th, 2014, and this is episode number 2. I'm Ashley, I'm your host, and thanks for checking out the podcast again. I hope you've had a great couple of weeks since the last time we saw each other. I know I have. I've been very, very busy, and I have some things to show you and some things to talk about. So let's jump right into it. So, unfortunately, this week I don't have anything finished. I didn't quite have enough time to get all those stitches knit and worked and all those bobbins filled. So, maybe, hopefully, next time we'll have something finished to show you. I am, though, still working on my hitchhiker. I did have some time to work on that in the last couple of weeks. I think the last time I showed you guys, I had 13 points. I am now up to 20 points. So I am almost to the halfway point, and I love how this is turning out. Again, this is The Hitchhiker by Martina Bim. I'm knitting this in Unwind Yarn Company Journey Sock. This is the Making Memories 2014 colorway. This was the special colorway from the Into the Wool retreat. And I really am enjoying this pattern. It's really fun just to kind of get a point done and then think, maybe I can get another point done. And maybe I can get another point done. So it's kind of potato chip knitting. You really like to kind of work through all those points. I'm not usually a big fan of garter stitch, but this is just so squishy. I can't wait to get it off the needles and wear it this fall. Here in North Carolina, the temperatures are finally cooling down a little bit. It's usually, here for the last couple of weeks, it's been in the mid to upper 80s, sometimes low 90s. And humid as all get out. So I'm really glad to be down into the 70s now, and I'm really looking forward to fall. Fall is my favorite season, so I can't wait to really get into some nice cool temperatures. So here is what's left of the cake. It's finally getting down there a little bit. And this again is hanging out in my little woodland themed Twist Fiber Studio bag with the little fall critters. So I'm making good progress on this. I hope to finish it probably not in the next 2 weeks, but the next episode, mid-October. I should have it done by then. Let's talk a little bit about Spinzilla. So Spinzilla is coming up on October 6th. It's a week-long spinning competition I am participating in. I have an excellent team of spinners here in Asheville. I'm a co-captain of our team this year. We're the Asheville Homecrafts Revolutionaries, and I'm really getting excited about Spinzilla. I wanted this week to talk a little bit about maybe some tips, some tricks for Spinzilla if you're participating, and I hope everyone does really well in Spinzilla. So my first tip is to spin woolen if you can. If you know how to long draw, that's the best, most fast way to really throw some singles on your bobbins. Woolen spinning is a lot faster than worsted spinning, sort of inchworming where you're feeding the singles onto the bobbin. So that's a really good tip to spin woolen. Rollags are great for woolen spinning. Also, too, I find I'm able to spin across the width of like a comb top or a roving in a woolen spinning. I learned how to do this from Ply Magazine. There was an excellent article, I want to say it was in the color issue of Ply, about spinning across the top. And I find that works really, really well with spinning long draw. Another tip that I have is to have plenty of bobbins. In the next couple of weeks, go ahead and round up all your bobbins, get everything cleared off, have them ready to go. Go ahead and put leaders on them if you use like a string leader. Clear them off. Have them ready. Put them in a basket. That way they're easy to find. Also remember to take breaks. As you're spinning for maybe hours on end, be sure to stand up, stretch, move about, eat and drink. Please remember to eat and take bathroom breaks. But it's really important to not injure yourself. You don't want to get hurt during Spinzilla. So really make sure to take a break, even if you have to set a reminder on your phone or something like that every hour or so. Stand up and take a nice little 15-minute break. Also, choose fiber that you're excited about spinning. I know this really helps me personally. if I am really excited about spinning certain braids of fiber, I will really motor through them, and it makes the whole spinning experience so much more fun. So do a little stash digging and find things that you're really excited about that maybe you've been saving for a special spin. This is the time. Get them out. Get them spun up, and then knit them up into some fun things. Our team, the Revolutionaries, we've got a lot of really fun public spinning events planned. We're going to be going to some of the local visitor centers, to the local fiber mill. Also, this coming weekend, we're going to get together and dye t-shirts. We're going to do indigo dyeing. I've done indigo dyeing just one time before, and it was from the pre-reduced indigo. This time we're actually going from plant indigo. So it's going to be a lot of fun to practice and learn how that works, and I'm excited to show you guys our t-shirts. Moving right along to some other news. If you remember in the last episode, I told you guys about the Mountain State Fair. Well, I took my entries and dropped everything off, and I went to the fair last Friday with my mom. I was super, super pleased to have won a couple of ribbons. What I'm wearing today, this is my Age of Brassenstein shawlette. This is by Orange Flower Yarn on Ravelry. I believe it's a free download. And this pretty shawl actually won Judge's Choice. So I got a big fancy rosette and also first place. So blue ribbons all around. Yay! I also won in the knitting category for my sable scowl. This is from some yarn that I dyed. This is really pretty. It's shades of blue and green. You can see the lace detail there on the bottom. This one, also a blue ribbon, and Best of Show. So another big fun rosette. I really like when I win these because I put them on my wall in my craft room. I've got a little shadow box that I like to put them in. So I was really, really pleased to have won these. It was the first year that I had ever entered any knitting, like any finished objects. So I was so excited to have actually won blue ribbons and Best of Show. So that was fun. That was exciting to see. I did win a couple of ribbons for hand spinning. One of my skeins won a second place ribbon. And I also won a third place ribbon for one of my wire core bracelets. So I was excited to see that. The judging this year was a little bit different. Unfortunately, at our fair, we don't really get much feedback as far as what they liked, what they didn't like, what we can do better. So we'll see how it goes next year. I'm still excited to enter in future years, and hopefully we'll win lots more awards. So, in business adventures, I had a really busy week for Twist Fiber Studio. We did a lot of business stuff this week. On Thursday, it was either Thursday or Friday. Friday, actually. I had to go to my college. My college has a recording studio, which was really cool. I didn't even know that existed. So I had to go to the recording studio at my college to record an interview. The director of the Small Business Center actually got in touch with me earlier in the week to see if I would be willing to participate in an interview for a national entrepreneurship conference that they're doing soon. So I said, sure. And actually, come to find out, she wanted to feature me in a student spotlight. So there's a whole video about myself, my journey, my business, and my goals for the future. So I'm really excited to get that video and kind of see what it's like and see how the editing turned out, see how it all turned out. I also, while I was there, I got to record my Kickstarter video, so that was pretty cool. I'm excited to have a professionally shot video that I can use with my Kickstarter campaign. I haven't gotten the video back yet, but hopefully in the next couple of days I'll have it back and we'll be able to go ahead and upload that to the Kickstarter page. Also, last week I went to a really neat workshop with my new friend Tara Swiger. Tara is a really smart lady. She's a knitter, she's a spinner, she's an entrepreneur herself. She does a lot of really great workshops for small businesses. I first learned about Tara through a website called Creative Live. What Creative Live does is offer live web streaming workshops through the internet. Tara hosted a marketing workshop for small businesses. It was a really intensive workshop. It was 3 days, about 7 hours each day, all about finding your right market, pricing your products, using social media, lots of different tips and techniques, and a whole workbook that we were able to work through for our small businesses. I actually found out initially about it through Instagram from Java Jenny. She makes bags. So thanks for that link there, Java Jenny. And I was pleased to take part with that. So the workshop that I attended in person was her Pricing 101. It was so great to go to. It was so worth going to. I learned a lot. And I was actually really, really happy that I was spot on my pricing. She offered 3 different strategies for the maker to price their products. Everything is so different when you're making handmade products because you're not just buying something and reselling it. You're buying something, you're transforming it into something different, investing a lot of time in your own creativity, and then reselling it. So it can be really hard for makers and crafters to price their products. She offered 3 different equations to price out your product based on whether your item had a lot of material cost in it, or if you had a lot of time invested in it, or if you had a little bit of both. So ideally there would be one that you could use consistently with your products to find the right price and not price yourself out of the market. So it was a really, really good workshop to go to, and I'm really glad I got to meet Tara in person. She's a real sweetheart. I was surprised to find out that she only lives about an hour from me in Johnson City, and I'm working on getting her to come back to my local small business center at my college and teach some more workshops. So thanks, Tara, for that awesome workshop. Tara and her friend Misty are actually new podcasters as well. They host the Handmade podcast. They talk about knitting and spinning and other crafting. Both Tara and Misty are sewers as well. They make quilts and different sewn items. And Misty is in the process of starting her own hand-dyed yarn business as well. She also makes bags. So Misty, I've seen what you're doing, and I really, really like your bags and your sets and everything. So keep on doing what you're doing. You've got some really cute stuff. And congratulations on your new business and your new podcast, ladies. Let's move on to hopefully maybe one of the things that you're here for. I'm ready to show you guys the next 5 perfect pair project bag sets for our Kickstarter launch. I've been working really hard the last couple of weeks to find the perfect last prints, fabric prints, perfect colorways for the yarn, and I'm really excited to show you guys the next sets. So without further ado, I will first start with Viviette. Viviette has sort of a lace motif with flowers and cute little polka dots. It's a tealy greens and grays, and we have matching fiber and matching yarn. So this again is Viviette. I'm going to have better pictures where you can see everything a little bit better in the Ravelry group, so you can check those out there. The next one is Serafina. Serafina is one of my new personal favorites. Serafina has a really pretty bright floral pattern with a geometric trim and matching spinning fiber and matching yarn. So there's a little bit closer view. This again is Serafina. The next perfect pair set is Eveline. Eveline is a fun green and navy medallion print with matching yarn and matching fiber. Let me show you all three. So that one again is Eveline. The next set is Delphina. Delphina has a really cute pattern on the bag. It's a floral and sort of patchwork little birds with a really pretty blue. This is a really pretty print. I really fell in love with this one the moment I saw it and thought it would make a pretty bag and colorway. So this one too has matching fiber and matching yarn. So this one again is Delphina. The last set is Cressida. Cressida has a paisley pattern, sort of a floral paisley, in shades of navy and aqua blue with orange trim. And we have matching fiber and matching yarn. So this last one is Cressida. And all 10 of the Perfect Pair project bag sets will be available on the Kickstarter, which launches on October 1st. I do have the remainder of the reward levels selected and pricing squared away. We're going to offer several rewards, the first of which is a $10 reward. For $10, you'll get a handwritten thank you note as well as a commemorative Twist Fiber Studio stitch marker. And I'll mail that out to you probably by the end of the year. The second reward for $20 will be a hand-dyed braid of Twist Fiber Studios spinning fiber. You'll have choices. You can choose from Falkland, Polworth, Blueface Leicester, or Superfine Merino. And the colorway will be a surprise, so you can expect a fun surprise to come to your mailbox. And that again is $20. For $25, you can choose from one of 3 Twist Fiber Studio yarn bases, and this will be a hand-dyed skein of yarn. Again, it's just a surprise colorway. I get to pick it, and it's going to come to your mailbox, and you'll open the package, and hopefully you'll love what's inside. You'll have the choice of our Fairview sock yarn, our Ashland sport weight yarn, or our Haywood worsted weight yarn. For $35, you'll get one of our everyday zippered project bags. This also, too, will be a surprise, so you won't get to choose the fabrics or anything, but hopefully it will be a fun bag that you really love, and that, again, is $35. The Perfect Pair project bag sets, there will be 2 options. The first option will include a bag and your choice of yarn or fiber. And you'll be able to choose from sock weight, sport weight, or worsted weight yarn, plus your choice of fiber bases. Again, Falkland, Polworth, Blueface Leicester, or Superfine Merino. That particular reward level is $60, and there will be 50 sets available, 5 each from the 10 different colorway collections. And then for $80, you'll be able to choose the Perfect Pair project bag set, which includes the bag, the yarn, and the fiber. So again, you'll have your choice of yarn base and fiber base. For this reward too, you can also double up. So maybe if you're not a spinner, but you have a bigger knitting project in mind, you can choose 2 skeins of yarn or 2 braids of fiber. And they'll again coordinate perfectly with your bag. So hopefully there's a reward level out there for everybody, something that you can find that fits in your budget, and that we will be so thankful to you for helping support Twist Fiber Studio and getting my business launched and off the ground. Most of the backing money will go towards our initial wholesale yarn and fiber orders. If we're able to surpass our initial goal, the additional funds will go to broadening our base offerings so that we'll be able to offer a bigger variety of yarn and fiber bases. And if we surpass that second stretch goal, those funds will go to adding new equipment to the shop, to the studio. Things like maybe a second skein winder or an additional range top. Things like that will allow me to dye much more efficiently. So hopefully you will be able to check out the Kickstarter, which launches on October 1st and goes through October 31st. I'll have a direct link in the coming days that you'll be able to click straight to and get directly to the Kickstarter campaign. So thank you in advance, everyone, for your support. It means so much to me in getting my business started. So thank you. Finally, today, we do still have our project bag contest going for the Halloween-themed drawstring project bag. Your odds right now are really good to win this. There are only 8 entries. So make sure if you haven't entered yet, go to the Twisted Stitcher podcast group, find the contest thread, and enter. All you have to do is tell me which of the Perfect Pair project bag sets is your favorite. So super quick to enter, and you will be entered to win this super cute bag. The contest will end on September 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You do have to be a member of the group to enter to win, and only 1 entry per person, please. So make sure to go and enter to win. You can find the Twisted Stitcher podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/twistedstitcher1. You can also find the podcast on the blog at twistedstitcherpodcast.wordpress.com. We have a Ravelry group. Just search for the Twisted Stitcher podcast group. You can also find me personally on Ravelry as Carolina Spinner. And you can also follow me on Instagram. I'm Carolina Spinner there too. Thanks again for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple of weeks with some more exciting news and some new things to talk about. So I hope you have a great couple of weeks and that you enjoy all your projects and that you don't drop any stitches. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.